Hi, everybody out there in cyberspace. I'm back again. Hey, you know what? Today we have a good subject to talk about today, okay? Mama's babies, daddy maybes, okay? And we're going to talk about my mama baby's daddy or my daddy baby mama. So, I know everybody or every young woman out there that has kids and married or not married can relate to this, okay? So, we know how we can get into turmoil, with these men or these young men or whatever, okay? And, they hate claiming their kids, which is a shame, But don't get me wrong now. Now, they do have women out there that put kids on men and say that they're the men's kids. And they're not, so we have to kind of, look at both sides. I can't just look at the woman by itself, because sometimes, we also have our faults too, So that's why you need to take protection so you know who your baby daddy is. If you sleep with this man, if you sleep with that man, and you're not using anything for protection, you're going to have problems, okay? You're going to be so confused because you're not going to know who your baby daddy is. So therefore, another thing, if you know who your baby daddy is, you can stay off the Jerry Springer show. You won't have to go on that show making yourself look, it's terrible how these women go on the Jerry Springer show and they make themselves look so bad. They don't realize how foolish it looks. They don't realize when you say that you slept with more than one man, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 men, or maybe 20 men, or 100 men, or whatever like that, what do you think that do to you? How do you think you look when you really go home and you view the Jerry Springer show and all of a sudden, the DNA come back and they're not the father. They're not the father of the babies. That you say that the baby be looking like the man and come to find out the DNA proves that the man is not even the dad. So women, we have to get a hold of ourselves. You got to start taking more pride in yourself. You cannot be out there humping and pumping like a little rabbit. You just can't be doing that, because you're not going to know who your baby daddy is. You're going to have to go all the way around the world and find out who's your baby daddy. And the only people that's going to be hurt by this is going to be the little ones. It's going to be your babies. They do not deserve to go through this kind of agony, this kind of degrading, this kind of pressure. These kids is going to wind up one of these days looking at the Jerry Springer show, and they're going to say, they're not going to be able to believe what they see, that you have slept with so many men and not knowing who the father is of your kids. So therefore, you are going to have to take some kind of pride in yourself. You are going to have to try to, if you have an addiction, and if you have this sex drive and you feel that you cannot do without sex, maybe you need to go and get therapy. You got to get a hold of yourself, ladies, because we are having an epidemic in this world today. Everybody feel that they have an addiction when it comes to sex. You don't have an addiction. Well, maybe you do. But then again, it might be a mental illness also that comes with that, where you feel that your body has to be satisfied and you have to be having all these young kids just getting pregnant back to back, one after another, And the only ones suffer through this here is the kids. The kids are the innocent victims, and they do not deserve to go through this here emotion with you guys, up and down and turnarounds. These babies do not deserve to go through all that. And you get on the Jerry Springer show, and you know, the DNA results prove that you are not the father. And the ladies, instead of they're screaming, you are the father, you are the father. Look, it looks just like you. Look at him, Jerry. He looks just like him. Jerry, look, Jerry. She looks just like him. Look at the nose, Jerry. Look at the eyes, Jerry. Look. He's the father of my baby. He's the father of my baby, Jerry. Yes, he is. Look at the hair. Look at the hair, Jerry. Look, Jerry. She looks just like him. She looks just like him, Jerry. Look at the nose. Look at the nose and the mouth. Look, Jerry. He's the father of my baby. The DNA will prove that he's the father of my baby, Jerry. I know he's the father of my baby. 100%. He is the father of my baby. 100%. Just look at him, Jerry. Just look at her. Look at her, Jerry. Doesn't she look like him? Look at the eyes. Look at the nose. Yes, Jerry. He is the father of my baby. And she looked just like him. She looked just like him, Jerry. I know he's 100%. He's the father of my baby. Yes. I am 100% sure that he's the father of my baby. Read the DNA test, Jerry. Read the DNA test. He is not the father. He's what? He's not the father. No! Yes, no, Jerry, it can't be. It can't be. Well, who's the father? Who's the father of my baby? Oh, I thought he was the father of my baby. Well, how many men have I said? I don't know. But he has to be the father of my baby. Well, ladies, if you would have dignity and pride in yourself, you would not have to go on the Jerry Springer show trying to find the fathers of your baby. If you notice, I said fathers. I did not say father. I said fathers, okay? When you're looking for fathers, there is more than one man. And the poor child should not have to go through all this agony, pain, and suffering with you because you made your bed hard. Now you have to lay in it. And now you want the innocent kids to lay in it too. But no, they shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. And you shouldn't be going on Jerry Springer show just airing your dirty laundry like that, you know. I mean, I'm quite sure when you go home and you see that, how do you feel? How do you feel, you know, seeing that type of behavior on national TV where the world can see it? Everybody now know that you have slept with all these men, even your kids. And the kids do not deserve to see stuff like that. They don't deserve to have to go through that. They're innocent. We have to protect our children. We have to let them know it's not okay to abuse and misuse yourself in such a way where we have innocent kids coming in this world and they don't deserve to be abused and misused in that form, in no shape or form, that way. So we have to protect those kids instead of putting it out there. You know, if you don't know who your baby daddy is, do it secretly. Find some other way. And better yet, stop sleeping with a whole lot of men. That way you would know who's the father of your kids. Because it really don't make sense to do that. You know, if you can't maintain and you're going to have innocent kids involved, by all means, you need to try to take something where you can't have kids. And that way the kids don't have to suffer. The kids don't have to be coming into a bad relationship, bad turmoil. I mean, we have to think about our children these days, you know. Kids are innocent. You know, you have to love them. You have to protect them. You know, you don't want to put them in an environment or the atmosphere where they're going to be looking at Jerry Springer one of these days, you know, And kids, I tell you, you might think they might not know, but kids are smart. We have to give them more credit than what we think. Kids are very smart. Kids are coming here very wise these days. And we have to be role models for our children. And when you have girls and young men, and they grow up to be young men and young women one of these days, we have to be role models. We have to be a parent that our kids can look up to and admire, not to be ashamed of, and wonder, what happened, along the way. Why do you behave this way, mother? What type of mother are you? So we don't want our kids questioning us as they get older, because believe me, someday they will grow up and they will ask questions and they will want answers to it. So we're going to have to try to just stay away from, try to get your pride back, try to get your dignity back, try to maintain, if you have to go through to therapy, get to the root of the problem, why you behave this way, what make you want to go after and have sex with all these different types of men, and the same thing with men. You have to take the initiative, and you're going to have to just maintain yourself and take pride in yourself too, because all that glitter is not gold, and in the end, the only people that's going to suffer is our children. So we're going to have to protect these little ones, okay? We cannot send our babies through a whole lot of pain. They're going to grow up one of these days. They're going to ask questions, okay? We're supposed to love them. We're supposed to give our life for them. They are supposed to be the most important thing in our life is our kids. And if you don't love your kids, who will? So we all have to come together, and we all are in this together, because these kids are going to grow up one of these days. And we don't want our children to be mentally disturbed, wondering, asking questions later on. I know kids that wonder sometime, when they grow up, and they go to their parents and they ask their parents, who's my daddy? I want to know my daddy. They get 30 and 40 years old. They want to know who or where they came from. And then you say, well, I don't know. They're going to wonder, what do you mean you don't know? I'm here, so I had to have a man to help bring me here, or whatever. However way a person can see. But we have to protect our children these days, and we have to show them, a different and a positive attitude and a positive lifestyle, where a healthy lifestyle is so important to bring our children into this world. And when you have kids, be able to put them in a loving home, a loving environment, showing them love, being able to provide for them, being able to give them the things that they need to function, to grow up to be healthy children, healthy adults in life. And if we can't do that, try to use some kind of protection, because our kids are the one who suffers in the long run, our children. And we have enough children that in foster care, that don't have love that they should have, parents on drugs, for whatever reason, we have to make our kids, our children, our first priority, so we can have healthy young adults as they grow up, to know how to function, to know how to be in a relationship, to know what's good for them, to know what's bad for them. And if we're not role models for our kids, some of them, they grew up to be lost, and some of them is just blessed to meet someone and they can look up to, and they can follow in their footsteps and have a good role model. And that's a blessing. So we all need that. So we all have to come together, and our kids are our first priority. Love your kids, love your children, and protect them from whatever you have to. Don't put your dirty laundry out there for your children to see that, because that is so unhealthy for our kids, so unhealthy. Because someday they're going to grow up to be young women and men, and they're going to ask questions. And then what? What are you going to say then when they come to you? Because sometimes we make mistakes in life, okay? And sometimes we make mistakes that we can really regret later on. And the most important thing is to love the innocent ones. Your innocent ones is our children, to protect them. Do not put them in harm's way. So therefore, I say to you, God bless you. I love you. Thanks for watching me. And we will come together again. So just be thankful and just